Uh, parte dos, part two of Luke. ¿Te pegaste?
Right there, bro.
Part two of Luke. ¿Habías terminado en qué parte, hijo?
I am at Luke 6, 43. For a good tree bringeth forth not corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. It's not going to switch. If the tree is a good tree, it's going to keep giving good fruit, and you're not going to find any bad fruit coming from that good tree. And if a bad tree who has been rooted down, bad, the tree, is not going to produce any good fruit. Ever. As much as you wait, that's what it's going to be. It's a bad tree. That's all it's been. A bad tree. Neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Yeah, and people who are corrupt, they're not going to bring forth anything good to you.
Nothing, bro.
People who have bad fruit are going to bring bad fruit to you. You don't need bad fruit. So grow good fruit. You yourself, be a good tree, and give good fruit to the corrupt. Maybe. Or just don't even have the corrupt around.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's the thing about this beautiful life. Associating it with our real life nowadays.
That's something.
That's what it is. That's what it is. You cannot be associating with rotten people, with negative people, because even at me, I'm at 43. I remember, and I love this. I do really like it. I remember being 16, and I had a neighbor, beautiful neighbor. She used to like me too much, maybe, but she used to always invite me to church. Then it was really hard for me to understand any word, but something in me always used to, okay, go, okay, go, okay, go, and I used to go, but I didn't. But there was something always been something in me, you know. And besides being son of God, that I went through a lot of things. Now that I'm 43 and reading the Bible more, understanding it more because of the life that you go through, you start choosing better trees to lean on. Because if you lean on to a tree that is corrupted, be careful. Your fruit might be corrupted. Your fruit might become the same thing, or start acting like the same tree. You start thinking that he's that tree also. So just turn the cheek, go away, stay away, but don't ever. I mean, what my scientist says about helping others, always he said that you gotta help others. But if you know that this is a bad tree, anything that comes out of that tree is corrupted. It's bad seed.
So be careful.
Bad person. It's a bad omen. Be careful. We see it around. You see it. Don't believe that he's gonna be any different with you.
For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor a bramble bush gather they grapes. Yeah, like they're not. It's not gonna be worth it. There's a whole bunch of thorns just to get that fig. That's not even a good fig.
Don't beg from a robber not to steal from you.
Yeah, come on now. You gotta be honest with yourself. You're going through all these thorns just to try to get that fruit, but that fruit it's bad. It's corrupt. You're not gonna get a good fruit out of it.
Okay.
A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of the evil treasures of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. We're going back to speaking everything out. If you hold it in here, you're gonna do some twisted things and you never voice them out.
You play with your emotions. You play with your emotions. You start and you let that thing win all the time. Per se. What happened to the cat? Asked the little boy to mom. There's a movie too about it. Is Pet Cemetery? Pet Cemetery. Well, the mom. What happened to the cat? And the mom, to protect the child, lies to the kid and says, I don't know. He's out in the backyard. He'll be back. A lie, or he died. They don't tell the truth how he died. You know what I mean? But in the movie, the lady, for hiding for lying to the kid, the cat turns evil. Rephrase me. How do you end it? For the what?
For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh.
fuck, I think que me perdí. Espérame, I'm trying to get it back. Porque todo lo que uno habla.
A good man out of the good treasures of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of the evil treasures of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh.
Okay. La parte era de que the more lies you do to yourself, to your emotions, and you say the truth, you're holding everything in your heart, in your darkness, even if it's sadness. The kid should have known the sadness. Look, this is what happened. This is what happened. I'm sorry. Yes, you're going through it, but you just gotta go through the feeling that it gave him about his cat being dead. That's it. You cannot lie to the kid about his emotions, because his emotions could be also, are they telling me the truth? Because we all have the emotions. Now I know that too. You know what I mean? We all have feelings. And those emotions becomes something that you don't want to be part of. You start lying with a small little lies. They turn darker. Then you start making things out of your mind. I'm sorry, probably is not what I was. Go ahead. Maybe when I read the video, see the video, I'll probably understand more.
Yeah, it's if you're out here hurting people, if you're out here lying to people, if you're being greedy, if you're being sinful, if you're abusing people, manipulating.
What you think when
you're
you
not
speak.
you're not being a good person. You're being a bad person, right? It all stays here. You don't tell people about the bad things you do. You hold it in you.
But you know.
But you're always on edge because that guilt doesn't let you live straight.
And that's what they say. God knows everything.
Yeah, they might not know, but God saw.
You know, who's God?
Everything.
And if we go back to
it's
God,
you,
it's
your
consciousness. Consciousness. That's why I told one day myself, if you're gonna do something, bro, make sure you have your consciousness right, because, bro, it's gonna haunt you forever and ever and ever.
And an evil man out of the evil treasures of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. And that too, most people who actually do evil things and try to display it, eventually they just say something or they do something and the evil just speaks out for themselves. Because they've never voiced it out themselves. They've never had it. So when it blurts out, they don't know how to handle it. Yeah, so that's why you speak from your heart everything that is good. Everything that you have in your heart, whether it's good or bad, you have to speak it out.
And that's part of the communication that we have lost. I was just telling my son, this is what we are getting to know each other, because like I was mentioning my son one time, I was like, you don't know why I'm mad. You cannot understand why I'm mad. You have no feelings of why am I. You're very different than me. If I say, oh, here, there's coffee, and he might be like, oh, why you give me this coffee for? You know, he's different. But he might be, oh, thank you, Dad, because maybe he's like me or he doesn't get bothered. But we are different in so many points, so we gotta accept what it is. You know what I mean? Every person.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you start being yourself and you have these inhumanities, and that's why our life right now is struggling to actually even be good.
I'm just gonna go freaking pee.
You know, even being a good person nowadays, you can be judged and be like, oh, he looks weird. What is he doing? Like, bro, you cannot even be you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You see a family with kids and they judge them like they're too happy. Mom, dad, and the
There's
kids.
So many of them.
There's so many of them. Like, bro.
You're mad because they have a bigger family.
Yeah, and you don't. You know? And then we start speaking out other things that we don't mean, because in reality you're hurt. Your soul is tired because somebody played with you or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So the part about this, the Bible, is that it will help you heal all these traumas, all these psychology things that you think, because at the end of the day, there's nothing to say, but God will give you everything, all the words that you need.
Luke 6:46, the house built on a rock. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. And he is like a man which built a house and digged deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon the house and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell. and the ruin of that house was great.
Wow. Yeah, I was just telling my son. I was telling my son, this son, I don't know. I don't know anything about life. I'm 43, I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you something that maybe they told me many times and I just couldn't get it in my head. But if you don't have this in your heart, you're gonna be really easy to be broken apart from your family, from what God gave you, from the blessing that He gives you. Believe me or not, but if I would have this, if I would have settled my life, my family in a rock, which is the Word of God, with good pilares, good pillars,
Good pillars.
good foundation. I don't think I would be struggling nowadays without, oh, I got divorced, oh, my wife was weak, I was weak, because we were weak.
Mm-hmm. Your spirit was weak.
My spirit was weak. So I don't blame it. Like I said, we've been through chapter 6 of Luke, and it tells you turn the other cheek. This is what, look, we are not professionals in the Bible. I'm just going through my life and my feelings, and probably my son too. We do go through the professionals later on to get more feedback on it, but that's how I'm feeling about this. To summarize chapter 6, that's what it is. You gotta build your family in the rock, a good foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And the best foundation is the Word of God that will tell you, listen, treat others like you like to be treated, but who's others? Mm-hmm. He tells you right there.
Make sure those others that are around you are good others. They're good trees, they're good fruit.
Yeah.
Don't judge the other fruit. Even if they're bad fruit, don't judge it. Just don't pay
play with
attention
them.
to
No. Stay away from them. Pray to God.
Pray for them.
Help them whenever they're around. Okay, I'll help you, but don't stay with it, because you know that they will hurt you. You should know by now. And if you don't know, it's okay. After this video, you probably be saying, you know what, they're right. I don't know. Check it out. Luke 6, very nice one. Very beautiful. Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I love it.
It's a long one.
I love it.
A long one and a tough one to understand. There's a lot to understand in this chapter.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna try to digest it this whole day by looking through more studies. Just yesterday, I told my son how life works and how God is very mysterious. And I had a date going on with one of my friends, and I was like, you know what, son? I don't push anything. If God says this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Otherwise, I wasn't expecting to be reading this chapter this morning with my son. Plans were done, but yesterday night when I was sleeping, I was like, you can plan everything you want. At the end of the day, He knows better. He knows better. So, foundations, family on the rock, and don't judge others. What else, son?
Good fruit, bad fruit, judging others, and living by the Word of God, listening to the Word of God, and doing by the Word of God.
This is chapter 2 of Luke. We're gonna chapter 6. I don't maybe dyslexia. Again, this is our beginning. We don't know. I'm just guided by. I'm not gonna. Even if I say I'm guided by God, people are gonna get offended. So get offended. I'm doing this because maybe God talked to me in the morning and came over here in my ear and say, it happened. So my son too. We're gonna do this more often. See you tomorrow for chapter 7. Okay? Thank you.